Don't Nada. Nada. Great to see you. Limitless, good to see you. Good to see you, Mac. Still dealing with um, the new um, addition that have been added to Facebook Live connected with StreamYard. Hi, Carol. Good to see you, girl. All right. Can't wait to be with you tomorrow on the show. So, you guys just deal with me today. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Just deal with me again today. We're going to do this show. I'm going to get this thing figured out. I'm going to get it figured out. Ooh-wee. All right, I'm just tagging people. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just tagging individuals. And if you get it and you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine too. But I'm just trying something here, man. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Anyway, like I said, it's good to see everybody. We're going to see if I do get any comments, and we do have it from the show on Facebook. But I want to encourage my Facebook followers right now to, if you have Instagram, to go and follow me on Instagram so that you can be a part of the show. And then you'll be able to also be able to give your comments. All right? All right, because I do not know what all is happening here. Okay, let's get that off. Let's put this back on. Okay, it's on the screen. Hi. All right, I feel like I'm a little darker here with the Facebook than I am with Blessings with God Love. Blessings to you as well, my sister. Listen, the title that I gave this was A Call to Return. We just got off of part 1 and 2 of talking about sleep and how sleep is so vital and important to the human body, to every individual that's on here, and also to the ones that will come. And you will see this later. So it's very, very important to the body. I'm going to cut this Facebook thing off. I don't know what's going on. I'll put that down there because it's bothering me. It'll probably show back up on Facebook a little later. But anyway, this is important information I want to get out here, and I want to use all my time to bring you the information that I know is vital to your health today. Because this is Better Health, Better Me, correct? And so what I do, I concentrate not only on the food part of us, or the diet or the lifestyle of eating. This thing goes deep. This thing goes as far as the whole individual, what we're facing as a whole. And we found out that even when we don't get our sleep, that we don't give our body time to be able to heal in areas that it can heal in, okay? So these things here can actually come against sleep. It can come against that word peace. Peace is the most valuable thing you can have as an individual on this earth today. I'm going to say that again. Peace is the most valuable thing you can have on this earth today, because it's hard to find it. A lot of people are looking for peace. A lot of people are chasing it down. Listen, when you get peace, you hold on to peace. You fight for peace. You do whatever needs to be done to keep your peace, because there's so much things that's coming at it. And I'm not just talking about the devil. I'm talking about things that's happening in our life that's coming after our peace. And when our peace is disrupted, then our whole inner system is disrupted. Our decision making becomes disrupted. When our peace is disrupted, we sometimes tends to not eat right. We definitely can't sleep right because our peace is disrupted. Well, today I want to talk about the peace that comes from all the crises that have happened and that are happening now in America. Matter of fact, all over the world. Um, because I know I have others that follow me, and everyone is not from America. I have people that's from different parts of the world. Okay, so yeah, even where you are as well, peace has have been disrupted, or peace is being disrupted as we speak right now today. We know that when the pandemic hit, the COVID pandemic hit, it brought about a lot of stress. People's lives changed as they knew it. People had to learn how to adapt to a new way of living, or a whole new system. It disrupted a lot of families, and it's disrupting families still yet here today. I remember sharing with my friend, I said, I heard the Spirit say that um, it's after the pandemic that the world is going to really be able to see the damage that have been done. The pandemic itself was just a setup for where we are right now today. And there are other pandemics that's going to come. There are other things that's going to come. There's always a next. But it always set us up for what comes after. And that's with housing, that's with food, that's with so much. That's within our families, our children, education, every area that we can even think of have been affected and is being affected on the other side of the pandemic. So I want to talk about the crisis. I'm going to bring you up to speed today, because I understand that a lot of us don't, a lot of people don't have, okay. A lot of people don't have time because of this, maybe your lifestyle, maybe the things that you do, maybe you're a person that works or go to school, or you just don't even decide, I don't even want to deal with the news. We have people like that as well, because it bothers my peace. Well, where the news is important at, and for you to search it, is to find out, well, what's happening while all of this is going on that I need to be aware of. Consumer beware. And that's the intellectual approach that we take. When we go in and we search and we find what things are out there that can affect my life, or affect the life of my children, or affect the life of the people that I know. What is out there? So it's very important that you do look at the news if it's just one time of day. Now, I know we have to be careful when we're listening to the news, because there are a lot of people that have a lot of money, that have power to control the news. But we still have a lot of integrity news that's out there today. And it's up to you, when you get it, to search it. When something grabs your eye, just search it. And I'm not talking about the gossip section of it. I'm not talking about that, about what this celebrity done, or what that person done, or who this person done slept with, and what. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about news that is vital to your better health, better me. And we are in a crisis in the world. And your place of peace need to be your abode, or your home. That should be your place of peace. When you come up out of the environment, when you come up out of the world, you should be able to walk in your door and be able to experience your peace. I want to talk about the call to return. I'm talking about recalls. I want to talk about the shortages, the grocery shortages. I want to talk about things that would come against our very peace. I don't want you to walk in a store or buy equipment that is faltered, or to walk in a store and say, why is this not on the shelf? What happened to this? What happened to that? I want you to go in knowing, you see. And this can be the opportunity, the time for you to now start planning in advance. Preparation is so powerful. It's so key to us living this life that we're living. Preparation in anything you do. Let's prepare ourselves in the things we do. Let's learn how to ask the questions, the right questions, when we're purchasing something or when there's something that we want to know. So like I shared with you, there are shortages that have hit America. I did a study on September 2022 shortages. So I wanted to know, well, maybe because some of my Better Health, Better Me family don't know about some of them, and maybe some of you all do. And when you do find out about shortages, listen, share it. Share it with somebody. Let somebody know that you know, hey, did you know this is happening and that is happening? This is the neighborly thing to do. It's the most friendly thing that we can do. When that way we can really show how we care about the people that's within our circles. It's just bad. It's just bad. So what brings about a lot of the lack of the things that we need are three things that I want to bring with you today, which it might possibly even four. I might show you four. And these things here have determined now how we are living, what we will eat, what will we buy. These things are very, very vital to the supply chain. They are a necessity. And you need to know why some of these things that is happening in the world that I will share with you is going on. Number one, there's a lack of workers. Number two, the Russia and the Ukraine conflict have a lot to do also with what's going on right now. And the disasters and climate change. They too have affected how we're living today and how we will be living in the near future that's coming to us, okay? So we have lack of workers, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, natural disasters and climate change, and let's not forget about our government decisions. Our very own government decisions are making decisions that's putting a lot of us in a strange, stressful place. I'm just going to be real and honest about it. That takes away my better health, better me self. That would put me in a place that my peace now have been stolen. I do love the scripture when it says the enemy, the devil comes but to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what's happening in a lot of the things that are happening. Things are being stolen, things are being killed, and things are being destroyed. Families are being destroyed. And a lot of it could be from the natural disasters and the climate change that's happening. Something that you and I have nothing to do, can't do anything about it. And then there are man-made disasters that you and I could be able to be aware of, where, guess what? I don't have to give you my hard-earned money, you understand, and you're selling me things that you know that are not safe for me and my family. Because your money, listen, it's hard. Your income, the income ratio to the economics today is zip. It's hard. I mean, some people working 2 jobs, some of them working 3 jobs. One job really basically not cutting it. One job probably can't even pay the rent. Now we need to buy the food. I'm talking about basic necessities, all because of the crisis that we are living in today. And there's a call for us to return. Return what? Return to our peace, return to our better health self. Through all of it that's going on, I don't want you to forget about you. I do not want you to leave yourself on the back burner. I want you to put yourself out front, because you're needed. Your strength is needed. Your power is needed. Your purpose is needed. Your love is needed. You are needed for the ones that follow you, the ones that behind you, for your family, for the world. And you're needed for God. So you have to put you out front. You have to take a breath, breathe. You better breathe and then exhale that foolishness out. You have to find a way, especially in this time that we're living in, to get your peace, to get your rest. You have to do it by any means necessary. Is that considered selfishness? It absolutely is not. It's me looking out for me. Because if you don't look out for yourself, and people see that you don't look out for yourself, then what do you expect people going to do? They're going to take advantage of you. So be your better self. Stay in your better health and do what needs to be done. So we got lack of workers. We got the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We got the natural desires and the climate change. And we have our government decisions that we are fighting against. We're going against this thing. You know what I'm saying? You're going against this thing and you're trying to make it happen. You're trying to make it work. Homelessness have reached a high that they're not even telling you about. A lot of people are down on the homeless population. But do you know what made them homeless? How about our government decision, lack of workers, because I can't find a job. Now they got this war going over here in this country, natural disasters, the floods, and all the things that's happening over here. And it's all affecting you, your path, your journey, your life. It has a major effect. So one of the recalls that I want to talk about today, Miss Corey said, I love your positive chats. Hey, Corey. Keep doing these lives. So many people need to hear them. Hey, that's my coach, Corey. Great to see you on here. Oh, I really need to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you. You just encouraged me, and I will continue to do it because it is a hard thing. So one of our call to return that I want to talk about today is cheese. Now, I don't know about you all, but I love cheese. And cheese is used in a lot of our meals that we prepare, correct? So we need to know what cheese then have been recalled. Because see, like I said, a lot of you are busy. I understand. That's why I'm here. I'm here to give you the information so that you can say, oh, okay, let me go in here and check my cheese to make sure it's not a part of the recall. And in my research, it says over 90 types of cheese were affected, including those sold under dozens of brand names, such as, these are the cheeses that were affected: Black Bear, Block and Barrel, Chermont, Cobblestone, Culinary Tour, and I do Cobblestone cheese. I was glad to see that. Fredericks, Fresh Stein, Glenview Farms, Good and Gather, Heinz, Joan of Arc, La Bonne Vie, Lidl, Life in Province, Market 32, Martyr D, Metropolitan, Prestige, Primo Taglio cheese, Red Apple cheese, Rennie Peacock cheese, St. Randux cheese, St. Rocco cheese, Taste of Inspiration, and Trader Joe's cheese. These are cheeses that have been affected. Now, I don't have them where I can put the banner up so that you can see it, but you know you can always go to my YouTube page and you can be able to look at this buyer beware, consumer beware, life-changing, money-changing message all over again. You can look at it all over again as many times as you would like to on my YouTube page. And a lot of you who are on here and don't know where that at is check in with Mama Wade. And while you're there, do me one and subscribe. Subscribe to the page so you can continue to get the information. I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this Facebook thing. I'm going to be here as much as I can, but if it's shift, then it's not going to still stop me from showing it on my check in with Mama Wade. And once again, I bless and thank God for my Instagram family, because you all are faithful. You all come in and you all definitely comment, and you can comment on here, and I'll be able to read your comment as much as I can. I see you, son-in-law. He said, good stuff, Mom, because he know I do my research. I do what I need to do to make you your better health, better me self. So we're having a crisis with our cheese. And some of these cheeses are sold at Whole Foods. Some of them are sold at Whole Foods. Safeway recalled after multiple people hospitalized for the listeria that was found in these cheese. The listeria that was found in these cheese. So the thing to do is to ask questions. See if the cheese that I named is on your list. Because you might go in the store and you might say, okay, mine is affected. Let me see if, about the other ones. Because there are a lot of cheese that's on the market. A lot of cheese that's on the market. And some people don't get the notice until the last minute, until they have got sick. You can have the mild and you can have the severe symptoms. And the severe symptoms can also lead to basically death. It all depends on what type of health you in, or where you at, or what's going on, or how it happened to affect your body. It might affect your body different from the other person's body, but it will affect you in one way or another. Another grocery, I want to talk about now, the grocery shortages. Oh yeah, guys. We have a grocery shortage that is happening now, and it's going to happen later in the future, because there's no way to call it back right now because of what happened during our pandemic time and during the natural disasters and the climate change and all of this stuff that's happening. So the things have already been affected. I'm sharing this with you so that you will be able to know why there's a shortage in this particular area, or you can be able to prepare now ahead of time, where you can now stock up or learn how to make some of these things in your own home. Because that's what it's going to get back to. It's going to get to the point where we're going to start preparing things in our own home, just like our great-grands and our great-great-grands and our great-great-great-great-grands did back in the day. They prepared it from scratch. Well, a lot of us are going to wind up going back to that way of making sure that my food is safe. And we're going to get the mason jars that we need, and we're going to learn how to store it properly for emergency situations. And there are people out there that can teach you masons. You can Google how you can put these things in a mason jar, how you put it together. There's so much information out there that you can learn for yourself. It's all about finding that time, stealing that time, making that time worth your effort, because it's actually putting you in a place of your better health, better me self. It's saving your life and your family's life. Another thing that's going to be affected on the market that I want you to keep an eye out for, and you might see it already, are canned goods. They say rising prices and limited aluminum supply. There's a limited aluminum supply, meaning households find it difficult to keep a ready stock of non-perishable food. It affects not only canned goods, but it also affects your pet food. Why? Because here you see there's an aluminum supply, a limited aluminum supply. Now the aluminum have been affected. I want you to see that if one thing affected, it bounces off on another thing, and then here come this and here come that, and it all wind up as a whole where it started affecting us. So when you see the canned goods that's no longer on the shelf, or if they are there, if you notice prices done rose so high, you'd be like, oh my God, just last week it cost this. Now it'll cost this, because the value of it done went up. Why? Because of the limited supply. Also, eggs. Eggs, they said prices are up 50-60% in the United States, caused by many of the drought conditions, bird flu, and the tensions that's in Ukraine. Nothing you can do about it. But our eggs now are going to go to a higher price. And we know a lot of us use our eggs in different things when we're cooking it. Some of them do it for our breakfast, certain meals that we prepare. The ingredients ask for eggs. And now the egg prices have went high. And they're still going to go higher. The bird flu. Remember that thing happened years ago. Bird flu shows up again. It affects our eggs. The tensions that's going on in Russia and Ukraine, it affects our eggs. And the drought. Remember, climate change, something that we can't do anything about. I know I seen a message came across my phone saying that Los Angeles was in one of this worst drought ever. Yeah, right here. So you know things are being affected right here as well in Chicago. Woo. Okay, let me keep on going because I have some different things that I need to share with you all, and we know my time is limited because I'm want to talk to you later about the show tomorrow. So let's go now to what we call the grocery shortages, and these are some things I want you to look out for that are going to be hard to find. They're going to be hard to find. One of them that they're talked about here is beer. For all those that are beer lovers, you got people that like to drink beer. They don't mean that they're alcoholics or anything. They just like to drink beer. If you see these names go across my stream, these are some of the things that I came across on my research, and I am going to talk about it some, okay? So I will be doing some reading today because I want to get you the effective information in which I have gotten. So beer is one of them. And why? It says the contamination at a reservoir in Mississippi has caused a carbon dioxide shortage that's impacting the brewers across the United States, particularly the craft brewers. Some are paying 3 to 4 times as much for carbonation. Access reported while others are working on plans to switch to nitrogen. So there's going to be a beer shortage. It might be a beer shortage right now, but it's because what? Something happened somewhere else, might be man-made, in the reservoir in Mississippi that have caused a carbon dioxide shortage. Beer needs its carbon dioxide. The second thing that we have up there is ketchup. Ketchup, yes, because tomatoes have been affected. A severe drought in California devastated the state's tomato crop this year, meaning household staples like tomatoes, salsa, and tomato sauce could become even more expensive or harder to find. So there's going to be a hit. There's a hit that happened there because I just shared with you about the drought that is happening in California now. And the word that they use here is that it devastated the state's tomato crop. So you're going to see higher prices, or it's going to be hard for you to find the items that I named: ketchup, salsa, and tomato sauce. Okay, number 3 that's been happening is the baby formula. Yeah, we're still there. We're still there. They're coming up with ways now in which some mothers are giving their own breast milk, and they're using that for the crisis that hit with our baby formula. Oh my God. And we're talking about prices, the price, and they said they're trying to make it economical for you all, for the people who have infants. Abbott Nutrition was forced to temporarily shutter a Sturgis, Michigan plant manufacturing the baby formula after several infants developed serious bacterial infections. Baby didn't deserve it. Baby didn't deserve it, but because of this man-made incident that happened, it affected now our babies. And I thank God for the inspectors that did go in there, the ones with integrity, and found out, okay, this is where that came from, where it affected infants, gave them serious bacterial infections. Come on now. They said the closure resulted in major baby formula shortages across the United States. We are supposed to be one of the richest country in the world. How we got a baby formula shortage? Government. The factory opened in June but had to close again due to a massive flood just a week later. A natural disaster, something came and happened on top of a man-made disaster. You know, you got some people that are working in some of these factories that's manufacturing or making sure that these things get the products that we need be in containers that are sterile and things of that nature. That's just completely nasty. They're nasty. I'm just there to get me a job. I got this 8-hour job to do. A lot of times they don't have nobody really watching over them, so they just let it go by. They just let it go by. They just let it go by. And what happens, it starts then affecting the consumers out here. All because one person let it go by. And because they got away with it that time, then they let another one go by. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it like it is. You just got some nasty people out here. You got some unconcerned people out here who just do not care about the next person. All they're concerned about is themselves, because I ain't got no baby, I don't drink no milk. You know, that's her baby. You know, just the mentality that have happened to the world today of not caring anymore. So you add on, you contribute to what the other man-made issues have already happened. You're a contributor of it. And it's affecting our babies. Another one they said that we need to be looking out for is sriracha. Huifeng Foods paused production of its well-known sriracha until the fall, citing a shortage of chili peppers. Something that doesn't happen in the world. Something that doesn't happen in the world. The company usually gets its peppers from Mexico, which Mexico is experiencing a drought. One thing affects another thing. Mexico experiencing the drought. So now the chili peppers are being affected. So it affects the sriracha that a lot of people love, and it affects now the businesses, because you got a business. You see how this thing is like a snowball effect? Now it affected your business, because that's what you use. That's the product that you have for whatever you're preparing in your place that people come to. It's not there anymore. Guess what happened? People stop coming. People stop coming. Because Mexico is dealing with a drought as well. Another thing that's going to be affected, ladies, look out for it, is tampons. Tampons are also going to be affected if they're not being affected already. I don't know. I don't wear them anymore. That's just me. That's just me. Praise the Lord. Woo! I ain't scared to tell nobody, baby. I went through menopause and all that stuff. And I know a lot come with it, but the tampon issue, I don't have to worry about. But I have children. I have girls. I have women. I have friends. I have family that still wear tampons. So it says Procter & Gamble said in April that sourcing and transportation for materials needed to make tampons have been costly and highly volatile, making it harder to find tampons on store shelves. The company says it's working to increase the supply. Well, we see where the shortage came in from. It's the transportation of the material. Remember, I told you, when this pandemic hit, it's a lot of things got affected. The supply chains got affected. There's boats and ships and cargoes of material that wasn't able to get out, wasn't able to take the necessary things where they were needed. So a lot of times they sit in them cargoes, and you got cargoes out there now that's filled with things that we need, and they go bad, or they just have no way of getting the material or getting the things that we need to us because of the what happened during the pandemic. Now, it had to be some stuff going on before the pandemic, because when the pandemic came, you know, it probably wasn't that fast then, but the pandemic came and slowed it down, and now we're like this here. Like this here. What'd you say, Limitless? Wow, I see a theme. Formula for our babies and tampons for women. Our vulnerable population, women and children. Girl, you better go ahead and say that. I didn't even see that. Women and children. Oh, my God. Yeah, sometimes we do that. We look in and see things. All right. So women, you know what's happening. You make sure you get a stock up on your tampons if you're one that use them. Okay? Make sure. Mothers, if your children, you have infants, and that the milk crisis is the way it is, don't keep switching them all around on everything. Go in, do your research, find out where can I find some healthy milk for my baby. Don't go just giving them anything, because you'll mess up their whole digestive system. And we know the gut is the second brain. So you'll mess it up on the onset because you're trying to stick that bottle in their mouth on some milk that they keep spitting out, throwing up, letting you know, my system don't do this here. They don't do this here. All right. If I'm sounding a little loud, that's because I got an attitude. It just don't make no sense. But I know how to adjust. I know how to adapt. I know how to do whatever needs to be done. The information I give you, I use it. This for me too. I don't just have it just for my community family. No, he gives it to me first. He sends me on the run with this stuff here, so that you guys can be better off, and I can be better off, and we all can be our better health, better me self. Let me hear you say that. Better health, better me self. I am my better health, better me self. I am my better health, better me self. And I will apply all of the information and the things that I need to apply in order to remain that way. Another thing that is going to be affected, my friends, is popcorn. Popcorn. Well, I know you hear corn in there, right? So, and people that go to the movies, you know, I don't eat popcorn up out of the theaters anymore. I just don't. I do popcorn, but I do it in my own home. I pop it in my oil. I use the kernels from the bags. I went back old school when we were coming up, when that's how we used to eat popcorn, on the stove. You know what I mean? Put that oil in the pot, put your little kernels down up in there, and then you put that top on top of it, and then you just wait, and you start hearing it. Tick, pop, pop, pop. Pop, 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 pop. Oh my God, I love that sound. And then you just shake it up a little bit. You don't have to do that. You just move it around a little bit, let it do its thing, and you got some luscious popcorn. And I don't put butter on my popcorn. I put olive oil on there. I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can, but yet be able to enjoy such an amazing, awesome thing that I like to eat. You know, so I know the olive oil have a great taste to it. I put my little sea salt on there, and I'm good. So I don't do the movie goers popcorn, but this still affect me because I buy the kernel popcorn. They said there's a popcorn shortage looming due to the supply chain issues. There we go again, talking about the supply chain issues. Farmers are also expected, listen, to plant less corn this year because of drought, and instead plant more soybeans. Because of drought, and instead plant more soybeans. Now, you got some people can't eat soybeans. They just can't. They have a reaction to it. Everybody's body is different. I have a reaction to nuts, whereas you might not have a reaction to nuts. I have a reaction to tomatoes, but I can eat ketchup. Well, that's crazy. But I have a reaction to different things that I can't eat. So I have a reaction to soybean products. Soy products. I just do. But I know now that this is looming, is coming, so I know what I should do is go and make sure I stack up on me some popcorn, put it in a cool place so that it won't get stale, and be ready for the shortage that's looming, all because there was, once again, a drought. It was a drought that affected the farmers. Woo! I know this is a lot, huh? This is a lot. Now, let me get to the next one is bread. Bread. All right. Listen to this here. You remember I told you the main things that the reason why we have some of the issues we have is because of the lack of workers, the Russia and Ukraine conflict, disasters and climate change. How do that affect me? Well, listen. Russia and Ukraine are the world's largest wheat exporters. Russia and Ukraine are the largest wheat exporters, responsible for 30% of the global wheat supply. Y'all getting it now? You with me now? The ongoing invasion of Ukraine threatens that supply and could affect staples like flour, pasta, pretzels, and even bread. If it don't affect it where you don't see it, oh, you're going to see it in the price. Because of what's happening over there right now, for a lot of people who say, well, that's their war, that's not mine. Oh, no, it's all of our wars. Because it reaches out and affects the world. 30% of the global wheat supply is right there where they're having this war at. So you pray. If you're not a prayer warrior, you pray that this war end. Another one I got up here is pet food. I got so many call returns. Oh my God, I know I'm not going to be able to do all of them in this show here because I got a whole nother list of recalls that I think is very vital and important to you. But let's deal with this one here. We're back now to another recall, and it's pet food. A lot of us love our pets. I don't have one yet, but I love pets. I was a pet lover at a time. I had cats and I had my dogs. So I love my cats and my dogs, and I used to love turtles when I was younger. All right, so now we find out that the pet food is getting ready to be affected. They say you might already have a hard time finding the victuals for your furry friend. As supply changes, there you go again, issues have led to a shortage of canned wet food and canned food, cat food across the country that's not expected to go away anytime soon. So now our poor babies are being affected. So you find out, well, what can I do since I know that this thing is looming? This thing is happening and it's going to keep happening. What can I do to make sure that my animal, my dog, my cat, be able to eat healthy? Because we want to still make sure that they eat healthy so that they won't get sick. All right, guys, listen to this here. What we have coming up, we have Thanksgiving coming up. Woo! Okay, so Thanksgiving is coming, but there's getting ready to be another, I remember another year this happening, another shortage of turkeys. Another shortage of turkeys. Supply chain issues coupled with bird flu epidemic that resulted in more than 5 million turkeys being killed could mean a birdless Thanksgiving for some families. Experts predict a shortage over the holidays, or at least, listen, higher prices for those holiday birds. Oh yeah, the price is going to go up. So if you want to get you a turkey, the best time to get it is now. Put that thing on in the freezer. You know, you can go ahead and clean it, cut it up, do all whichever you're going to do with it in advance, because you know this thing is getting ready to happen. Don't try to wait till the last minute to go and get the turkeys. You think the price is high now. The price will zoom higher, or you will not be able to find turkeys. This is for ones who, like myself, I used to always do turkey giveaways. And I remember when this thing had hit one time before, and we had to scrape and try to find where we can get turkeys from, because we wanted to give turkeys to the people, to the community, to help these families that couldn't buy a turkey for Thanksgiving, right? And so what we had to do was wind up going to stores, and because of that, the stores then start giving you a limit on how many turkeys you can buy, right? Yeah, so we just found favor with a few of the people. They found out what we were doing, and they went and spoke to their manager or the person that was in charge, and that person said, let them get it, because it's for a good cause. So remember that as well when you're doing something for Thanksgiving, or you want to help, take care of families, help families out there. Remember, buy them early. Find a place where you can freeze them. It's good to have these deep freezers. We came up on deep freezers. I remember the church I had 2 of them but I'm not there any longer, and we wind up selling them. But them freezers are amazing how they held so many of our turkeys for us to have for the people. Okay, so now you found out there's going to be a turkey shortage. So you get on it. Get on it. Get your turkey now. Get your turkey now. Grab it. Freeze it. Cut it up. Clean it. Do whatever you're going to do with it. Do it right now. And that way you're prepared for Thanksgiving. Also, I wanted to bring it up because I know a lot of people like Grey Poupon. There's also going to be a mustard shortage. Here it says climate change and the crisis once again in Ukraine have caused Europe to experience a shortage of the popular condiment that could easily reach the United States of America. Yeah, because of what's happening in Ukraine. The climate change have a lot to do with it, and the crisis that's going on over there in Ukraine have a lot to do with us being low on that. And the next one is peaches. Well, we know peaches. I noticed, when I went to the store, the peaches was not as sweet as they were, and they not was, just was a little hard to find. Well, that's because they was affected. A freeze that hit the southeastern U.S. in late March, it delayed this year's peach season, while an unseasonably warm winter followed by 2 brutal cold snaps decimated peach crops in the Northeast. So because of the natural disasters, because of the climate change, things like that there will affect our product when they're growing. They affect the farmers, they affect their farm, affect their lifestyle, because the farmers is the ones that grows these things for us. Okay, another one that they said up there, and I know a lot of people do, they celebrate Halloween. Some of them celebrate it at home with their own children, and they buy the candy themselves. Some of them allow their children to go out to different places. I'm just going to say be cautious, be aware. This have always been a thing that have happened. It hasn't just started happening. It happened when I was a little girl, and Mom used to send us out trick-or-treating. And there's always rumors out there, or somebody done put poison, somebody done bit into a razor, somebody done put drugs in the fruit or in the bag, this and that. Well, they got a little bit more clever, and they got a little bit more advanced nowadays, where they have now these drug gummies and candy that looks like candy that our children would eat. So you have to be careful on what your child ingests in their body. You have to, if you take them out, you have to examine everything that's in their bag. Everything that's in their bag. Yes, you do. Look on the fruit, see if you see a prickle. Look in if you get a bottle, look in the bottle, see if you see a prickle. There's so many advanced ways that they're putting this stuff in there now. But they're letting us know that there will be a Halloween candy shortage. They said back in July, Hershey CEO Michelle Buck warned that the company will not be able to fully meet consumer demand for Halloween candy. Say while cocoa and milk supplies have been affected by supply chain issues, the real culprit is a big spike in demand. Hershey saw a double-digit sales increase between 2021 and 2022 and had to prioritize manufacturing its regular products over the Halloween and the Christmas sweets. Here it says we had a strategy of prioritizing everything on shelf of availability. It was a tough decision. So the decision got made. The reason why the Halloween candy will be short is got made because there became a demand, more of a demand for some Hershey products, right? So they prioritized that, and they pushed the candy to the back. So if you have a shortage of Halloween candy when you're going out there, you know why. So it's good to go in now, right now, just go in the store and get you some candy for either the ones that come to your door, you might be one of them, or for your whole own family, okay? All right, another shortage, and there's nothing wrong with it because people use this at weddings and different type of festive events, and it's called champagne. Yeah, champagne have been affected. It says the U.S. is at the start of a champagne shortage that could last several years, wine enthusiasts reported in December. When the pandemic hit, the usual suspect, the supply chain issues, left importers high and dry. Then the demand for bubbly fluctuated wildly. At first, weddings and other celebrations were canceled, But then consumers began to invest more heavily in luxury ingredients and high-end wines to enjoy at home in lieu of dining out at restaurants, export manager Lawrence Alamus told the magazine. Champagne may be aged for years before it's bottled, so decisions to slow or stop production during the pandemic may not be felt for some time. But there is a fact that have happened with the champagne, and we know truly they're right. A lot of people love to have them at their wedding ceremonies or other different type of celebrations, and here we found out, which I wouldn't cancel mine because it's not no champagne. I don't even understand why they canceled it. Not me. Hey, okay, next, let's find something else, you know. Or push come to shove, you're only there for a little while. Hey, I got some best thing walking. I got some H2O. Woo! And if you like the fruit kind, I got the little healthy powder form for you right there. You can put it on in there. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. You can always find a way. I'm not canceling my celebration because it's not no champagne. And the last thing that I will be able to talk about with 1051 today is butter. There is a shortage of butter, and we know that's something that we use daily, but we're talking about even more so around the holiday times. Ahead of the holidays, butter could be harder to find due to lower milk production on dairy farms, as well as labor shortages. The Wall Street Journal reported. Already, the staple cooking item has risen in price by 24.6% since last year. Butter is going off the roof. Lyrica said, wow, I bake with butter. I know. So we know that there is a butter shortage coming up. So be smart, Lyric, be smart. Go and get your butter. My mom used to freeze it. Put it in the freezer, freeze your butter up so to be ready for when you get ready to do your baking around that time, or just to have it there to be safe. Always look at the expiration date on these products that you get and be able to buy it accordingly. The thing is to use it before that date is up so that you won't get sick. I do it because I don't know. They put it up here for a reason, and I know sometimes they double put them on there. I mean, it's just crazy how when you find out what some of these people do, it's just really ridiculous. The things that they do just to make a buck off of our expense. Okay, so we got the butter. You know now. Get yourself in there. Get to that store. Get the butter. Get your turkey now. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming. And you can, when you buy it now, you buy it for Christmas. You buy it for Christmas. You go ahead and you stock up now. Anybody that listen to this today need to have no reasons why they shouldn't know. All right, I'm at 10:53, and I know I can't get to all of the other things that I want to talk about, but I am going to show you some of the things that are being affected, being recalled: cars, elevators, tires, pint candy jars, beef jerky, children earmuffs, kids sandals, pork and chicken sausages, infant bath seats, ready meals, seafood items, and there are more. Also, I thought this was important because a lot of our children we get a lot of kids, our children, basketball. So the Russell brand Spalding basketball, portable basketball goal, is being recalled. Let me see what I can get in a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to do one with the Lim Products recalls wide mouth pint canning jars over safety concern. These are people who, when I told you, get your jars and you'll be able to, make whatever you're going to make, and you can put it in there and you can store. So they said some of the recall jars may contain pieces of glass. So if you have the Lim product wide mouth pint canning jars, then you check that out. That's the information I'm going to give you from there. So you definitely check that out. The next thing that is being recalled, it says the EP Tyre, Tyre, recalls various Zetex AT1000 tires. Why? They said the sidewall may separate prematurely during the bead area. So the Zetex AT1000 tires are being recalled. They said they're recalling 33,107 of the following Zetec at 1,000 and 126 over 123R. So they have numbers here. You can also be able to Google that in yourself and especially if these are the type of tires you use. Another thing they're talking about is TKSS will recall home elevators considered dangerous for children after a lawsuit settlement. What happened? A 2-year-old child died and a 3-year-old was permanently disabled in the elevator incidents. The Consumer Product Safety Commission and ThyssenKrupp Assets Corp., now known as TK Asset Solutions Corp. of Grandview, Missouri, have settled an administrative. So there have been a settlement that have happened in that instance there. Beware, just beware and be careful. One more that I can bring, the Porsche issues massive recall for the Cayennes, the Macan, the Cayman SS, and the Panameras. Why? The low beam headlights may be misaligned. So if you have that car, they said Porsche is recalling 133,000 model year 2003 to 2020. The Cayenne and the Macan SUVs, the Cayenne S Coupes, and Panamera sedans. The caps covering the low beam headlights may be misaligned. If you have that car, then you go ahead and you take that thing back. Lexus NX and Toyota Tundra recalled over vehicle rollerway concerns. The electronic parking brake may fail. They said Toyota Motor Engineering and Manufacturing is recalling 83,725 model year 2022 Lexus NX 250 250S and NX 350S and Toyota Tundras. The brake accumulator assembled. So the brake may possibility fail on you. If I named your car, you need to go and see about it. Magnolia Provision recalls nearly 500 pounds of beef jerky. If you like beef jerky, then you pay attention. The product may be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes. Magnolia Provision Company of Knoxville, Tennessee is recalling approximately 497 pounds of beef jerky. The product may be adulterated with Listeria. Remember I talked about that Listeria. It can be dangerous for your health. I want to get this in. Hearing Lab Technology, Lucid Auto recalls children's hear muff. Hear muff. That AAA batteries included in the hear muffs can rupture. If your child is wearing hear muffs, hearing aids, then that's a call for concern. Says, now I'm hearing this. Hearing Lab Technology, Luso Auto for Fort Worth, Texas, is recalling about 31,150 sets of the children's hear muff sound compression. And a lot of times our children can't really tell us the effect that it's having or something is going on where these batteries can rupture in their ears. All right. And I have so many more, and I'm telling you, after I do my show with my sister tomorrow, and we're going to do Tuesday, then I'm going to come back and give you some recalls. Just let me know, have this really helped you? Somebody let me know, do this information. When I do the recall or return shows, do they help you at all? Just somebody put up there and let me know. Okay. Another thing we're going to talk about the clean water crisis. Limitless said, I love watch these broadcasts. So much info in one spot. Thank you for the research you do. Thank you and God bless you, Limitless. No, I do not still have the church. Church have been closed since 2020. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this here that I don't want you to forget about, the fentanyl overdose deaths. We're going to talk about that. Thank you, Lyra. And I think this here is very important. I need to talk about this now. Let me see if I can get it. The blood pressure. Blood pressure, some of you might know, blood pressure and heart medication labels were switched. Blood pressures and heart medication labels were switched. That's a beware. That's a recall. This is the lot number. The lot number is GS046745. The two medications are Adenol, which is 25 grams, and clopidogrel, which is 75 milligrams. All right, you can go and check that out and see for yourself. Plus, I'm also put up the extension number where you will be able to call and you will be able to get the information, ask the questions, and be able to find out how this thing going to affect you. Amen. It's the 11 o'clock hour, and Pastor Wade have to go. If you want to send me a comment or you feel like you want to be a part of the show, then you just send it to www.delindawade.com. Once you go to my website, look around a little bit, see what you see what you like, and you'll be able to even see the information on whether I'm going out speaking, I still do speaking engagements, or where I'm going to be at, in what city, what town, what state. And then you also will be able to, there's a place there where you'll be able to write a message in it, and that message come directly to me. Remember, if you want to watch this over again and you want to see the effects of all the things that I talked about, and I know I have talked about a lot today, go to my YouTube page, check in with Mama Wade, and while you're there, subscribe. So far I got 174 subscribers. I want to go and see more. I pray that this have helped you, and I pray that I'll be able to see you again tomorrow. Please tune in tomorrow. I have one of my great friends that's going to be on here with me, and we're going to go into a subject of talking about mental health. And her name is Carol Pierre, and Carol Jean-Pierre have something to say. So I want you to tune in, and I want you to be a part of the show tomorrow as well. And remember, if you have any questions that you would like to ask during the show, just post it up there, and I'll try to get to the one that I can. Matter of fact, there go my friend there, Carol. She said, "You are helping the people." Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. So, Carol, I'll see you tomorrow. Instagram, Facebook. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Mama Wade checking out. Ooh. Okay. All right. Lyra said, "I'm going to pick up some butter." Girl, that's so smart. I do my shopping on Thursday. I'm going to do the same thing because I do like to bake myself as well. And don't forget, if you want to do the turkeys, Lyric, go and make sure you get you one for now. Check the expiration date, and you probably can have it also for your Christmas program. For your Christmas gathering that you're going to have. Thank you, Limitless. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you all. And thank you for spending your time with me today on the show. How did y'all like my little hair? My haircut. See, I got a little dip in. Well, it's me. I wanted to do what I wanted to do with my hair. Amen. All right, precious. I'll see you Thursday. Bible study. Yes. All right. Love you guys. You guys have a great, great day. Thank you for supporting me again.